Welcome to What Our Students Are Saying. I'm Dr. Colleen Smith, an instructional designer in the Office of E-Learning here at NCCU and the principal investigator for this project. In this series, we translate real NCCU student voices into practical design strategies for your online courses. Think of this series as building an online learning home together. Just like a home needs a foundation, walls, utilities, and rooms where people gather, your online course also needs structure, resources, and connection points to feel livable and learnable for students. Today, we're starting with the foundation of the home, course structure, and navigation. Think back to the last time you entered a new space, maybe a conference center, museum, or someone's home. Were you able to find your way easily, or did you feel lost? How did that affect your comfort and confidence in the space? Imagine inviting guests into a house with no floor plan, doors move each week, and hallways dead end. That's how a disorganized course feels to students. Structure and navigation help learners feel grounded before they even touch the content. Just like physical spaces, online courses either orient students or leave them disoriented, and that's why foundation matters. Think of this Office of E-Learning series as building a home. Episode 1 is setting the foundation with course structure and navigation. In the next episodes, we'll continue to build our home one by one by installing these essentials with materials and transparent instructions, inviting students in with instructor presence and building community in the course, stocking students' toolboxes with success strategies, and remodeling the home together based on student feedback. Before we dive into today's theme, let's pause to talk about how we know what we know. These aren't just my opinions. This comes directly from our students. We gathered about 50 survey responses and held 2 student focus groups. Together, these gave us both depth and breadth of data. We gathered stories from students and got a chance to see patterns emerge. We coded this data using the Quality Matters 7th edition higher education rubric, which many of you are familiar with. This gave us a way to connect student experiences with research-based best practices. These findings give us a clear path forward for improving online learning together here at NCCU. One of the strongest themes that came up again and again was structure and consistency, and that's where we'll start today as we lay the foundation. In this episode, the learning objectives are simple. Identify why predictable structure and navigation reduce barriers for students, and apply at least one design strategy to strengthen the foundation of your own online course. The first theme we'll focus on in this episode is organization and consistent structure. This aligns with the QM General Standards 1, 2, and 8. When we asked students, what do you think makes a quality online course? They told us all of the links working, deadlines on the syllabus match what's in the system, and same workflow from week to week and expectations established from day one. So why does organization and consistency matter? Disorganized layouts, pages, sequence, and flow lead to confusion and frustration for students. Structure that's identified from the very beginning boosts confidence of the students, lowers their cognitive load, and reserves space for them to learn the things that they're actually there for, rather than conducting a scavenger hunt. And how do we build this foundation? Use a clear start here entry point, show a consistent weekly module layout, include a short intro page for each week with objectives, tasks, and alignment. Close with an exit ticket or reflection to wrap up learning. And use a consistent sequence or flow for each module so students know what to expect, like learn, engage, assess, or explore, compare, apply. Let's look at some quick examples. First, a homepage with a Start Here button at the top and the bottom of the page that points to an orientation module. Second, a consistent weekly module flow with introduction page, pages labeled content, tools, assessment, and end with an exit ticket to transition to the next module. Even small layout consistency on module pages reduces cognitive load. Looking further at a possible introduction page template, you can describe the upcoming module in written or video form. List the module learning objectives and provide a to-do list for students. This introduction page situates them within the specific module of the course, supports students by previewing the module, and helps them track their progress and plan their time for a specific task in that module. So let's translate this research into actions that you can take today in your online courses. 1. Create buttons on your homepage that direct learners on what to do as soon as they enter your Canvas course. Use Module 0 or orientation modules to set up the expectations for your course from the start. 2. Check alignment across your activities, content, technology, and assessments. Then double check that the assignment dates match the ones in the syllabus. Plan ahead so that you're not adding assignments throughout the semester. 3. Standardize your weekly module layout, such as front-load information like objectives and to-do lists on an introduction page. Or follow a flow like learn, engage, assess. And 4. Ensure all of your links are working and using up-to-date references. The bottom line is that students engage more and succeed when courses are easy to navigate from the start. Thanks for tuning in to What Our Students Are Saying, a Research to Practice mini-series where we translate real NCCU student voices into practical design strategies for your online courses. That's it for episode 1, where we laid the foundation of our home in our online courses. Be sure to watch the next episode where we'll install the essentials, making sure your assignments, materials, and instructions are as reliable as water and electricity in your home. If you liked what you learned in this episode, please share this video with a colleague and connect with the Office of eLearning for resources, workshops, and more by scanning the QR code here. And remember, strong courses aren't built in a day. They're built one choice at a time. Or in other words, lay it right and build it tight because quality matters.